Hello, welcome back to my custom figure update number 3. This is Aderyn Postal. I am currently working on the plate scales for the head of my little dragon. This took quite a bit of time, and I'm not gonna lie, the vast majority of this video is me just trying to get the plate scales in a nice configuration. It was quite challenging, but mostly because it was awkward to hold and to get a good position to get the plate scales in a nice layout. The wings were very much in the way in certain areas. So this is what I have at this point of the plate scales. I'm trying to put them in a configuration that they kind of flow up from the regular body scales, while also making sense where they are positioned on the head. It was a little challenging getting the neck, shoulder, back of the head area to line up nicely. I think I'm going to attach the leg, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use the pieces that fell out or not. I might just, shove clay in there and hope it looks good. Back to more plate scales. I worked on this quite a while ago, but I remember my hand cramping just from how I had to hold the sculpture. But yeah, putting on the plate scales involved a lot of squishing and smoothing down, and then also a little bit of adjusting, or rather a lot of adjusting. At the very base of the head, where it connects to the neck, I actually kind of planned it out so it would look alright. And then up the back of the head, I kind of just picked a chunk of clay, rolled it into a ball, and then smushed it on, and then pushed and smoothed it out into a vaguely organic scale-ish shape. So this area isn't really planned out, it was just kind of thrown together. this point I realized I should figure out where I want the eyes, so I did have to take a bit of the plate scales away, and then I'm marking out like kind of where I want the eyes to sit and where I want to be a little more symmetrical. I realized my eyes are kind of domed on the back, so they weren't really sitting nicely on the head, so I marked out where I wanted them, and then I shaved and cut away the area so the eyes would sit better without sticking out too much. And I did this also to prevent the eyes looking like they're bulging out of the head. These two plate scales are the main part of the top of the head. They're large and hopefully symmetrical. It's why I worked on them at the same time, to try to get them as symmetrical looking as possible. And then I worked scales in and around them, and then down towards the nose to try to make mostly symmetrical face, since it'll be like the main focal point. I really wanted the plate scales to look as symmetrical as possible at the front and top of the head. I marked out where I want the mouth to be. Since I'm basing my scale designs off of some types of snakes, I gave the little tongue hole that their tongue will stick out. This is what I have so far. I've put in the clay and I still need to smooth it a bit, but I think it looks alright. I don't have to end up putting scales to hide the bumpiness of reattaching the leg like I did for the arms. I've done more of the plate scales along the upper jaw and closer to the eye. I need to smooth out this area and chop it into scales shapes and maybe cut the top off a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the lower jaw. I don't think I will. I do need to fix the wing. It's cracking again, both of them, but this side is much worse. I think I'm gonna put some liquid Sculpey in there and some clay and press it together and then bake it, and hopefully that'll stay in place. I'm just double checking which of the eyes I want. I made so many. Now I'm gonna glue them in place with some E6000 because I'm finished baking and I don't have to worry about baking the glue in case it shouldn't be baked. I'm also going to unwrap the tail. Hopefully it's not too burnt. It is quite burnt on the tip. Now I'm going to start putting on a base coat, or I guess a base wash. I plan to paint my little dragon a light color, so I can't have the dark gray there, as it would be very difficult to paint over with light colors. As you can see, with a couple layers of white wash, you can still tell that it is a darker color, so I'm glad I decided to do a base coat. I'm mixing some epoxy sculpt together, and I'll be using it to finish the scales around the eyes. Just smooth it out, make sure the eyes look connected to the head and not just stuck on there last minute. So this was quite a quick process since there is a short working window. I used water and my rubber tools to push and smooth and shape the scales around the eyes, as well as smooth it into the clay scales that were already there. I also used the metal tip on the other end of my tools to scrape out the in-between scale part. So there we go. The scales around the eyes are done now, and I think they look really nice. I smoothed them as well as I could, and hopefully when I get the base coat on, it will be obvious that it's nice. And I'm just taping off the resin eyes so I don't have to scrape paint off of them and possibly damage the eyes. This was a bit challenging. I wasn't using the stickiest of tape. It was a bit of a pain, but I managed. Now the final little bit of base coat just around the eyes to make sure everything looks nice, smooth, and is light enough for me to paint. And here we go. The base coat is all done, and I'm excited to get to painting the actual dragon colors that I want to use. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see part 4, and hit the like button if you like this video. I'll see you next time.